The bizarre reason Romelu Lukaku rejected a bumper Everton contract last season. After scoring 87 goals in 166 appearances for Everton, it was always likely that Romelu Lukaku's form would see him move on to bigger and better things. Lukaku joined the Toffees from Chelsea in 2013, initially on a season-long loan deal, before completing a club record £28 million move the following summer, spending 3 further years at the club before joining Manchester United for £90 million. The Belgian was always fairly outspoken about his ambition to move on from Everton and play in the Champions League, something which they nearly achieved in 2014, setting a record for the highest points total to not finish in the top 4. 2 poor seasons subsequently followed though, with consecutive 11th placed finishes, before Ronald Koeman steered the club to 7th last term, as Lukaku hit 25 goals in the league. During his time at the club, the Belgian became one of only 5 players in Premier League history to hit 50 goals before the age of 23. He started in electrifying form this season at United, finding the net 11 times in his first 10 appearances for the club, but the goals have mysteriously dried up since then. Lukaku has scored just 3 goals in his last 14 matches in the Premier League, and his manager has blamed his barren spell on tiredness, with no regular backup striker to allow him rest, as Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been recovering from injury. But it was revealed at Everton's AGM last night that the Belgian was initially set on moving elsewhere, rather than to Old Trafford. The Blues' majority shareholder Farhad Moshiri claimed that Lukaku rejected his contract offer to stay at the club, giving the bizarre reason that he had a voodoo on a pilgrimage in Africa, which told him to sign for his former club Chelsea. Moshiri said that they in fact offered him a better deal than the West London side, but it wasn't enough to keep hold of his star man, who had been set to sign a new £140,000 a week deal before the remarkable U-turn. With Romelu, I wasted 2 summers trying to keep him. The first summer I spent 3 months with his agent, him, his mother and his family, and we managed to keep him for another year, the Iranian started. Then, last summer, we offered him a better deal than Chelsea. Whatever they offered we matched, but he just didn't want to stay. He wanted to play for Chelsea at that time. I can assure you we tried everything to keep Rom. If I tell you what we offered him you wouldn't believe it. We offered him a better deal than Chelsea, and his agent came to Finch Farm to sign the contract. Robert Elstone, Everton's chief executive, was there. Everything was in place. There were a few reporters outside. Then in the meeting Rom called his mother. He said he was on a pilgrimage in Africa or somewhere and he had a voodoo and he got the message that he needs to go to Chelsea. Lukaku clearly didn't pay too much attention to it in the end as he elected to sign for United, but it shows how completely insane transfers can be in modern football. Red Devils fans will be hoping he doesn't have any further visions which impacts on his future at the club.